Good day, sir. The topic that I chose is performance assessment. This specifically came from the chapter 2 of the PowerPoints that you have given us. So what is performance assessment? Performance assessments engage students in activities and tasks that require application of knowledge and skills through creating a presentation or product. Performance is shorthand for performance-based or performance in product. This can be simple or complex, like for example, keyboarding skills or creating a remote controlled machine. So I chose this topic, sir, because this topic is really close to my heart since we made a video about this one already as part of the requirement in this subject. And I would say that I really learned a lot. I really learned especially in making holistic and analytical rubrics, and also in giving importance to various aspects in assessing your students in their performance. So that's it. Moving on to the next slide. Alternative assessment and authentic assessment cannot be used synonymously with performance assessment. So there are two words mentioned here, the alternative and authentic assessment. Alternative assessment is any method that differs from conventional paper and pencil tests, while on the other hand, authentic assessment involves direct examination of a student's ability to use knowledge to perform a real-life task. It is stated here that what constitutes authentic assessment varies. So this slide presents the characteristics of performance assessment. So there are 7 characteristics of performance assessments. Students explain, justify, and defend. Next, we have students use reasoning skills. It uses engaging ideas of importance and substance. Typically no single correct answer. It requires sustained work, uses clear criteria and rubrics for scoring, and students perform, create, construct, produce, or do something. So those are the 7 characteristics of performance assessment. So authentic assessment must be a task that is realistic or outside the classroom. It can be performance-based or formative. It typically is cognitively complex. It requires defense of an answer or product. It includes collaboration with others. It has known scoring criteria. It uses multiple indicators for scoring and has a mastery criterion referenced orientation. So benefits to using performance assessment includes, number 1, we have learning occurs while students complete the assessment. This is because teachers interact with students as they engage in the tasks. Number 2, we have it prepares students for thinking and reasoning outside of school. It also let the students learn that often no single answer is correct. And lastly, students value the tasks. I want to highlight the last one, which is students value the tasks, especially nowadays that students would just, especially if we give them tasks, they would just do it for the sake of passing. I think that as future teachers, what we should do is we should encourage them and we should engage them in giving value to the task at hand, because they can learn from it. It's for their own good. So moving on to the strengths of performance assessment. So there are lots of strengths of performance assessment. PA, or the performance assessment, are better suited to measure complex thinking targets than SR items or simple CR items. Next is instruction is integrated with assessment. The third one, students are more engaged in active learning. The fourth one, skills are assessed directly. The fifth one, there are more opportunities to observe the process students use to arrive at responses. And lastly, students have an opportunity to demonstrate their learning in a different way. It's because right now we are already facing diverse students. And with knowing that there are diverse students, we should also know that multiple intelligences comes in as well. So I think that we should not generalize the way, or we should not invalidate the way they used or they integrated to arrive in a certain response, but we should encourage them to excel in whatever field that they are good at. So, nailain-lain nga way unsaon pag-arrive sa students sa goal. And that certain way might be in accordance to their intelligences. So behind the strengths of performance assessments, we have limitations at the same time. Limitations lie in three areas. We have the reliability, sampling, and time. First, let's tackle the reliability. PA are subject to considerable measurement error. It can be a major source of error, which is the scoring, and inconsistent student performance. The next one, sampling. Fewer samples of students' proficiency are available and generalization can be more limited. 3. Time. To construct tasks, to develop scoring criteria and rubrics, to administer the tasks, to observe students, and can be difficult to interact in a timely manner and can be difficult to estimate time needed for students. So here it is, the table that shows the strength and weaknesses of performance assessment. So we have strength. It integrates assessment with instruction, while on the other hand, the weakness, reliability may be difficult to establish. The next one, learning occurs during assessment, while the weakness is that measurement error due to subjective nature of the scoring may be significant. The third one, it provides opportunities for formative assessment, but it is inconsistent that student performance across time may result in inaccurate conclusions. The fourth one tends to be more authentic than other types of assessment, then few sample of students' achievement, more engaging active involvement of students, and it requires considerable teacher time to prepare and student time to complete. Provides additional way for students to show what they know and can do, and it may be difficult to plan for amount of time needed. Emphasis on reasoning skills. Well, the weakness is that limited ability to generalize to a larger domain of knowledge. It forces teachers to establish specific criteria to identify successful performance. It also encourages students' self-assessment. It emphasizes the application of knowledge, and it encourages re-examination of instructional goals and the purpose of schooling. So that would be all. Thank you.